We are dying. Save our life.
They're killing record numbers of Christians in Nigeria. And they have other countries very bad also. You know that part of the world very bad. They're killing the Christians and killing them in very large numbers. We're not going to allow that to happen.
You are in support of America invading Nigeria.
100%.
Guns are blazing.
I said 100%. Since the government has refused to listen and leaders have not been helping matters.
Wouldn't that affect the sovereignty of Nigeria? That's the question I'm asking.
Hold on. You now have a sovereignty where terrorists are not telling you what to do, Abi?
America and Trump, they don't have good intentions. They just want to come and take over your land. Does the Nigerian government have good intentions towards Nigerians? Trump does not care about Christians. He just wants to come and take your mineral resources. What difference will that make? Mineral resources that Nigerians don't even benefit from. Mineral resources that are being enjoyed by a few select elites.
What the Americans are looking for in this country are something greater, their own interests.
Yeah.
What are those interests by your own assessment?
Three things. Number one, to stop Tinubu from becoming president in 2027.
There's a lot of distortion going on. People claiming that there is no genocide of Christians in the nation. Information with facts can never be thwarted.
If my government is denying genocide, what will we say about it? United Nations, European Union, take note. This is the genocide of people that were killed on the fateful day of 7 March 2010.
They're killing record numbers of Christians in Nigeria. And they have other countries very bad also. You know that part of the world very bad. They're killing the Christians and killing them in very large numbers. We're not going to allow that to happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know what is happening between Nigeria and the United States of America and President Donald Trump. We all know that in the course of the week, last week precisely, President Trump tweeted that he is going to take a military action for the sake of Christians in Nigeria, specifically northern Nigeria, who are being threatened by Muslim fundamentalists or like Islamists who are killing them and persecuting them. A video was going viral where the Christians in northern part of Nigeria were sort of crying for the help of the United States and President Donald Trump to come to their aid or to come and help them. The video went viral, so President Trump tweeted this, as you can see on the screen. I have made a video about that. I've made 2 videos about that. These are the thumbnails. So if you check my YouTube channel and you search for these thumbnails, you'll be able to find those videos. I did explain extensively, so please go to my YouTube channel and you can find these videos. After President Donald Trump tweeted that, the president of Nigeria, President Tinubu, also came and issued a statement, and that is also captured in those videos that I was talking to you about. So he delivered a statement that Nigeria is a sovereign country, blah 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 blah. And again, I disagreed with him on that. Looking at what was happening and what was trending, a lot of Nigerians tweeted on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I mean, everywhere you'll find somebody saying something about what President Donald Trump said. After the response of President Tinubu, President Donald Trump came to tweet another one. That is the reason why I'm making this video. What President Donald Trump said in the second tweet, in my opinion, is even more forceful and more stern than the previous one that he said. And I want to read to you what he said. He said that if the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns are blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamist terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities. I am hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack it, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thugs attack our cherished Christians. Warning: the Nigerian government better move fast. So as you can see, this is more stern, this is more forceful, this is more sort of serious than the previous one. Now, the second tweet of President Donald Trump has been met with, equally harsher, disrespectful reactions from Nigerians. So many people from Nigeria, it has become a huge topic. If you go to Nigeria right now, probably that is the only thing they are talking about right now. And for me, I really like it, and I pray that President Trump does something as quick as possible, because this is fighting for a good cause. The Nigerian Christians in the northern part of Nigeria have been persecuted for all these years, and the government of Nigeria has failed them, because the government of Nigeria has done nothing about it. So I have some videos here that I want to show to you, and then I'll be commenting alongside as we watch the video. So this video, as you already know, is what the people who were calling on President Trump, this is what they said. Grateful to God, the message was able to reach President Donald Trump. So President Donald Trump also issued those tweets that I did mention to you about. After that, some people asked President Trump,
they're killing record numbers of Christians in Nigeria, and they have other countries very bad also. You know that part of the world very bad. They're killing the Christians and killing them in very large numbers. We're not going to allow that to happen.
Some Christians in the United States, in Canada, and many other places, they have all added their voices. So let us go and listen to what some of them also said.
Nigeria, the fact that this issue has not gotten on people's radar.
Right, no one's talking about it.
It's pretty amazing. If you don't know what's going on in Nigeria, your media sources suck. You are in a bubble. And again, I'm not a Christian, but they are systematically killing the Christians in Nigeria. They've killed over 100,000 since 2009. They've burned 18,000 churches. This is so much more. These are their Islamists, Boko Haram. This is so much more of a genocide attempt than what is going on in Gaza. They are literally attempting to wipe out the Christian population of an entire country.
Yes, it's really, truly a tragedy what is happening in Nigeria. Just this year alone, 7,000 Christians have been killed by Boko Haram, an Islamic terrorist organization. Just on Ash Wednesday this year, we had a priest kidnapped and murdered, and another 54 Christians martyred on Palm Sunday. There's 35 Christians a day being murdered in Nigeria by an Islamic terrorist organization.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today to bring attention to the tragedy Christians in Nigeria are experiencing. The deadly terrorist organization Boko Haram is trying to eliminate the Christian faith from Nigeria. This is the same terrorist group that kidnapped dozens of young schoolgirls and burned innocent civilians alive in cages. According to reports, over 3.5 million people have been forced to flee their homes. 3 churches are destroyed every single day. 7,000 Christians were massacred this year alone, and the faithful must now meet in secret or in burnt-out sanctuaries.
Not only them, some Christians in Nigeria, some men of God, some clergy in Nigeria, they have also added their voice.
There's a lot of distortion going on. People claiming that there is no genocide of Christians in the nation. Information with facts can never be thwarted. You see people buried in hundreds and you say there's no genocide. What a wicked set of people. Agreed, there are people killed in other places for other reasons, but this one is very clear, and gradually is eating down to the south, southwest, southeast, and many so-called leaders for their personal interests are claiming it's not true, selling out their faith if they have it at all. Jesus said, when I come, will I find the faith? And we are standing here to say to Jesus, the faith will keep standing. Raise your voice in a few seconds. Father, strengthen the brethren, strengthen the faith.
After that, a lot of discussions have been going on social media, on television, in Nigeria, everywhere. So I have some that I want to share with you. So let us go and listen to those ones, and then I will wrap up at the end of the day.
You are in support of America invading Nigeria. 100%. Guns are blazing.
I said 100%. Since the government has refused to listen and leaders are not even helping matters.
Wouldn't that affect the sovereignty of Nigeria? That's the question I'm asking.
Oh, you now have a sovereignty where terrorists are not telling you what to do, Abi. You now have a sovereignty where terrorists are on the dining table with government, telling government what to do. and leaders are supporting it in Moses. That will be my annoyance. Why would anybody utter such words? These are things you should frown at. Who brought them into Nigeria? Was Nigeria like this in 1999? Moses, please be sincere to yourself. Who brought them into Nigeria? What are they doing here? Why are they not in Ghana? Why are they not in the Republic of Benin? Please, why are they not in South Africa? You can see, we forgot the genesis of our problem and we are blaming America. Let them come. If that will solve the problem. Since you people don't know what to do, let them come and help us. Look at now, as I'm talking to you now, almost 20 villages have been taken over in Plateau and Benue. Moses, who are those to occupy those villages? Are they Christians? The real indigenous of those states are now in IDP camp, and they are the farmers in Nigeria. Can you beat that?
America and Trump, they don't have good intentions. They just want to come and take over your land. Does the Nigerian government have good intentions towards Nigerians? Trump does not care about Christians. He just wants to come and take your mineral resources. What difference will that make? Mineral resources that Nigerians don't even benefit from. Mineral resources that are being enjoyed by a few select elites. I grew up in Nigeria. I was born and bred in Nigeria. For the longest time, we kept on hearing how Nigeria is so rich. We have lots of oil, but it has not made any difference in the lives of ordinary Nigerians. So why do you think that saying, oh, Americans are coming to take your oil, like, why do you think that that makes any difference? They don't care about you. Oh, they don't care about you. They don't care about you. Does the Nigerian government care about Nigerians? It's such an insult for Trump to speak to the Nigerian president like that. Who attracted that kind of insult and disregard by his incompetence? The Nigerian president. Oh, but Trump called Nigeria a disgraced country. But Nigeria is actually a disgraced country. Our leaders have made this country a hell of a mockery. Trump literally said the truth that we all know. It's a failed country. Do you guys want to know my honest opinion? One of the problems of Nigeria is that we took our independence too quickly. Shout and say whatever you want to say about colonialism. Show me the fruit of our so-called independence in the past 6 decades. Show me one thriving sector in Nigeria. And for all of you that are claiming that Trump disrespected, the Nigerian president, it took Trump speaking for Tinubu to address Nigerians on Twitter. He didn't say anything until Trump spoke. But all of a sudden, immediately Trump spoke, they're all scrambling around and speaking. All of a sudden, Nigeria should have been colonized till the year 2000. If not for anything, the British would have given us 247 lights, build bridges, and just some infrastructures. Not even because of us, but because they liked the convenience of technology. Some members of Boko Haram were captured and reintegrated into the society, and some of them even went ahead to be recruited in the army. The people that are terrorists, some of them are recruited into the Nigerian army. And you say that's not a disgraced country? And you say that's not a SHIT hole? And you think I will be so angry at Donald Trump for saying the things that we know to be true because you don't like him? This is not even about Donald Trump. Even if it was Biden and Kamala Harris that said the same thing, I will agree. Because it's just facts. It's just the truth. I don't care what you feel about Donald Trump. That's your business. I'm not totally a fan of him, but I love the fact that he's keeping the Nigerian government on their toes. Simple. Keep them on their toes. The Nigerian government has gotten so comfortable with the insecurity that has led to the genocide of Christians in Nigeria. And if what it takes is a threat from the US to make them sit up, I absolutely support it. And I don't care what you think. I don't care.
What the Americans are looking for in this country are something greater, their own interests. Yeah. What are those interests by your own assessment?
Three things. Number one, to stop Tinubu from becoming president 2027.
Really?
Yes. Because Tinubu...
Are you sure on that?
I can swear with my Quran. Because Tinubu was among the people that contributed money to give it to Kamala Harris for her campaign. And Trump has vengeance. He will never forgive that. Look, what Trump is coming to Nigeria to do is not about Nigerians, Christians, or Nigerian Muslims. It's not about Northerners or Southerners. It's why did Tinubu, through France, mobilize? He's not alone. There are a lot of international presidents, including Macron, that mobilized money for Kamala Harris because they knew if Trump becomes American president, there's going to be a problem for the whole world. That's the first reason. Trump is getting back at Tinubu. And look, because Tinubu is quiet, meek, gentle, and humble, if you put your fingers into his mouth, he is not biting you. Doesn't mean that he can come and roughshod over Tinubu. Tinubu can fight back.
Let me.
That's number one reason.
Okay,
reason.
Yeah.
The second reason is, look, is the American stronghold in the Middle East is getting away, slipping away from their fingers. They needed another stronghold of energy resources.
What stronghold are you talking about?
The oil. In fact, as it is today, if people don't know, let me tell them categorically on this platform that the Arab kingdom now are facing the greatest challenge of their lives. There are inside what do you call it, storms brewing politically, because the common men are tired of those kingdoms, and it's only America that is holding them. And America's intelligence has shown that they cannot keep on holding these people in the next 10-15 years.
So they will have now turned to new areas.
Yes. So that Nigeria is a very hot spot for them. Nigeria, Angola, you understand? Algeria. These are some of the areas that they are looking at. And I can tell you, some people are saying that, at energy experts all over the world are saying that the oil reserve in Nigeria is far more than any other Arab country, because it is energy policy that they are saying that Nigeria is beneath those particular Arab kingdoms. We have more energy resources than those Arabs, and America knew that better than anybody else. So this is the second reason. The third reason, which is very, very fundamental, is that for the first time in so long a time, since Abacha, Tinubu was the first president in this country to look away from the Western world. In fact, France is the only friend Tinubu had. And France, Nigeria is not depending on France. It is France and Macron that is depending on Tinubu and Nigeria now.
Really?
Yes. If you are a follower of international politics.
But the French are having a lot of problems in their former West African colonies.
That's why they are looking at Tinubu as a way out.
If my government is denying genocide, what will they say about it? United Nations, European Union, take note. This is the genocide of people that were killed on the fateful day of 7 March 2010. Massacre at Dogona Hawa Plateau State. Names of big victims that were killed. Machineries were brought from Niger Republic, they were brought from Chad, they were brought from Burkina Faso, Senegal, they were hired into the nation, they mix up with those from Maiduguri, that's a Muslim state, also from Gombe, Muslim state. In fact, the troop into this place, Bauchi, this is the route that they took. By about midnight, they invaded this village. We are living peacefully in this Dogona Hawa. These are the victims of massacre. You have been looking for facts. Look at facts. To prove Nigerian government are biggest liar. If they taught them, they would say Muslims are also killed. By who? By Muslim terrorists. After they have eliminated Christians from Katsina, from Zamfara, from Borno, what next? Then the Christian that escaped from the far north, Sokoto, they were able to locate and come back to Plateau State. And they moved down to the south. They escaped their life. Now, the rural villages of Sokoto, Muslim state, Katsina, Muslim state, if you find a Christian, it's in the town, the city, headquarters of the state. That's where there's security. But in the villages, Boko Haram has taken over the villages. Once you're a Christian, you can only be a Christian by serving them as slaves in the local government. Now let's go back to see the other side of the moment. It continues from 250 Zongduzi Chuandi Jik, that young Pam, he moved down to round up to 501. Apart from this list that are here, there are many. Only vultures that were dragged into those rocks. Women were dragged for raping that day. Come and see what happened. Look at the monument. Now can we say there was no genocide in those places? Children are there. There are two accounts of record. The one that I have here, you can see their lists and their ranks in wherever they are. Children were battered. Children, they are among those names. And I have it here, compiled by my father, Reverend Danyam Dung. My brother, we have seen the name of children and adults. Look at it. And somebody will come out and say, there was no genocide. This God that we serve, under this Muslim ticket, any Christian that will vote Muslim ticket, may God forgive him. May God show him mercy. He has received his number, 666. I cancel my faith to Muslim ticket. Nigeria is for all of us. Nigeria is for both Muslim and Christian. Nigeria have been working on Muslim and Christian, Christian and Muslim. Why now? That is marginalization. That is genocide. In the world of the politics, the Islamic people have genocide us by killing the Christian, becoming a second man in Asoro. And the so-called Christian don't know what is happening. And those kind that came out and said there's not the grave, the death of these people is screaming in heaven. Are they not people? All are Christians. And you come out and tell me that there's also genocide. That even Muslims have been to shower down, to wash down that Christians have been killed. Muslims are also killed. By who? Is it we Christians that were killing the Muslims? No! That's not our portion in faith. We love the Muslim. We care for them. And we are ever ready to help them. But yet, they are bent to grab our lands. They are bent to take over our villages. They are bent to take over the state of Plateau State, Benue. You have never come across the power of the cross will crush you.
Those of us from Africa, okay, I don't know what our problem is. Those of us from Africa, I just don't know what our problem really is. I believe that it is time we take honest, introspective look into our own character, our own thinking, our IQs, our mentality. Nigeria, you have been having this problem for all these years. How many decades now? How many Christians have been killed? How many lives have been lost? And now President Trump wants to come and help you so that you solve this problem. If I were you, if I were the president of Nigeria, all that I would have done was thank you, President Trump. I'm going to collaborate with you so that we will be able to bring lasting solution to the lives that have been lost in other part of Nigeria. The politicians don't care. It is not only in Nigeria, many parts of the world. But I think what is happening in Nigeria is very serious. Look at the number of human beings that have been lost because of Boko Haram. Okay, and I believe God has heard their prayer, and I believe that is why President Donald Trump is in office. One of the things that I like about America is that with all the skeletons in their wardrobe, when they get a good president, they do a lot of good. But when they get a bad president, they do a lot of bad. Obama, Joe Biden, and those people. You see, Trump is a Christian. at least I can say. And Trump doesn't want to start war. Trump doesn't want bloodshed. He doesn't want war. He's doing all his best to bring peace between Ukraine and Russia. He's trying his best to bring peace everywhere there seems to be war. So I support President Trump. I know many Nigerians don't support this. Most of the Nigerians who are speaking up against this, most of them are Muslims. Okay, and most of the Nigerians who are speaking in favor of this for President Trump to come there, most of them too are Christians. So the nation is divided among religious lines. If you had a soul within you, if anybody had a human soul within him or her, how could you get something negative to say about what President Trump has said? He is only coming to help you. He hasn't said this to Ghana. He hasn't said this to South Africa. He hasn't said it to Congo or to Liberia or to Senegal. Why? Because nothing bad is happening over there. Okay, Christians are not persecuted in those countries. So for me, I support President Donald Trump. What is your opinion? If you're a Nigerian, I don't know why you should resist or kick against this. I believe it's going to be in the best interest of Nigeria. And I don't even think he's coming for the entire nation of Nigeria. I believe that the operations will mainly be centered in the northern part of Nigeria. So that is what I think. So produce your opinion and let us learn and reason together. Until we meet again, take good care of yourself, stay out of trouble, and please subscribe to my channel, like my video, drop your comment, so that, like I said, so that I'll be able to learn something from you. Thank you very much. Bye.
They're killing